Hey Giants fans, so I'm going to make a different video today. I've actually never done this before, where I'm going to screen record what's going on my screen and then play it back for you guys. And it's going to be plays, obviously, of times when Eli Manning had time to make throws and just made the wrong decision or just flat out made a bad throw. And I don't want to do this. I don't want to just come out here and just bash my quarterback and the person that I love. And, Eli Manning's had so many great years for this franchise and stuff. But a lot of people have this notion and belief that he could still get it done and can still make all the throws. I mean, the term all the throws has just been thrown out there too much. And people aren't looking into it too much. I mean, yeah, Eli Manning did make some really nice throws this year. I'll be honest. He had some really nice ones at times. But it was way too inconsistent to win games in the NFL at a high amount or a high rate. So I just want to play it back. I'm going to show you guys what I saw on tape and just, might as well just show it and see what you guys take away. I'm not trying to persuade anyone here. This is just for fun and to see what Eli Manning did last year exactly. And some of it's not pretty, honestly. I mean, there were times where he had a lot of time in the pocket and just made the wrong read or made a bad throw. And we have to acknowledge that because I'm tired of people always saying if he has time, he makes all the throws. They're acting like he makes 100% of the throws. Not true, right? I literally got in an argument with someone on Twitter called the E-Hive, and these people are just ridiculous and they just don't look at the other side. I'm trying to look at both sides, and as I said, I think Eli has made some really nice throws this year. I think of the Cody Latimer one-handed catch. There was one to Corey Coleman down the left sideline that was amazing. I mean, some of them, they just come to mind, but it wasn't consistent enough to win games at a high rate, as I said. So that's basically what I'm trying to say here. So I'm rambling. I'm just going to get into this video. Let's get into this film review here. Alright, so for some reason I start here in week 10. And right here, 3rd and goal, you need to get in the end zone, right? Well, don't need to, but you don't want to settle for a field goal. You want 6 points. So right over here, we have 3 receivers all bunched up, right? 2 guys here on the defense. So the guy that would be responsible for Odell in all likelihood is right here, this linebacker. Maybe this safety comes down and gets Odell, not sure, right? That's something Eli would have to look at and try to make his best educated guess. So for some odd reason, he calls over Saquon Barkley, and they decide to run just a halfback run right up the middle here that obviously just got stuffed. But this linebacker here ends up blitzing, and Odell Beckham here is left wide open. And I think at some point in this video, you can see Odell raise his hands like, hey, no one's guarding me. And Eli kind of just ignores it. The Giants run the ball. I'll just run the play here. Ready? So watch Odell. I think he raises his hands at some point. Even Jason Witten is circling him. Okay, all right. So they run the ball. Odell was wide open on this play. And he's pointing to himself. I mean, this is why Odell gets frustrated. I understand it. I mean, we all need to understand it. The dude was wide open. I mean, come on, Eli. You've been in the league long enough to know this stuff. Here's Eli. Decides to run the ball this way. Not Eli. Here's Odell. Odell's going to just cut in right here, right over here. No one's guarding him. All Eli needed to do was just catch the ball, swing it in this area. Boom, 6 points for the Giants. Decides to run the ball. And this is your end result. So I guess they're circling shit here. Okay. I mean, that's just ridiculous. This is why you have veteran quarterbacks. You don't expect this stuff to happen. Why are you running the ball in this situation? No one was guarding Odell. It just makes no sense to me. Very frustrating. All right, so same game here. Let's look at the situation real quick. My bad. So 1st and 10, 6 minutes left. So nothing here with time is really an issue. So right here, all right, so this is going to be a play-action pass, if I remember correctly. Odell here, once again, Odell is going to go right over here, across the middle of the field, somewhere over here. No one's going to be guarding him in this area, so just watch Odell on this play. And Eli Manning, the whole line here, gives him a good amount of time as well. I'll go over that after this. Just watch Odell on this play. Boom, wide open. Doesn't get the ball passed to him. Eli decides to throw this ball to Wayne Gallman, who is basically, I don't want to say double cover, but has a linebacker right on him, right here. He actually released the ball already. Hold on. Where's Eli? Right here has the ball. Linebacker sees it, right? He's coming down here to get Wayne Gallman. Who's guarding Odell Beckham? No one is. Eli has a clean pocket. He's right here, right? He has enough time to give Odell an extra half a second to get over here and make this throw. Why are you passing to Wayne Gallman in this situation? It's an incomplete pass. And another reason why Odell gets frustrated. Let's watch from this angle. Watch the offensive line. They probably did a perfect job here. So play action, good job there. Alright, right tackle here, Chad Wheeler gets beat a little bit. But he recovers nicely, gets in front of his guy. So Eli right here basically regroups, and he's just looking at Wayne Gallman. Why aren't you scanning over here? Your man is wide open. This linebacker doesn't know what the hell's going on behind him. So Odell Beckham's be wide open going through this side of the field. Still decides to check down to Wayne Gallman, and it just makes no sense to me, right? Why do that? And you can see Odell raise his arms again. Look at that. I mean, this guy, I just want to say this real quick. I'm probably going to say this a lot. Odell Beckham to have over 1,000 yards with the way Eli played last year and only playing 12 games is just, it's phenomenal. And I think if Odell plays a full 16 games with Baker Mayfield, he's going to put up some ridiculous numbers. I mean, I don't think Odell was used to his max potential last year. I mean, obviously not, based off some of the videos I'm going to show in this video. But it's really bad. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. I honestly am kind of happy he's out of here because he was not getting used the way he should have, and it's frustrating for him, obviously. Alright, so there's really not much to say about this particular video or this clip. The Giants are down 7 points, beginning of the third quarter. Okay. So, once again, watch Odell Beckham on the bottom of the screen here. Jalen Ramsey is on him. He's going to get right by him. Him and Barry Church, who's the safety up here. So, Eli Manning, given a pretty good pocket. Steps up, makes the throw, does everything right, overshoots him. And I can't get too mad at Eli for this play, but once again, this is for the people that claim that if Eli has a clean pocket, he makes all the throws. All. So that's why I'm putting this clip in here, because this happens quite a lot. So let's watch the offensive line here. Play action. Okay. So at this point, he's given a very clean pocket. You can't ask for much better than this. Even Eric Flowers is doing a nice job with, I don't even know who the defensive end is there. So anyway, he steps up. Nice job with the footwork, all that stuff, but unfortunately just overthrows Odell. But that should have been another 6 points right there. And if you go back and watch these videos, and especially this one, Eli did only have 21 touchdowns this year, and I get on him for that. He easily could have had at least 28 to 30 this year. I mean, he just missed some easy throws, and it's stuff like that can make a difference in your season. I mean, people talk about the Giants losing close games all the time, but what if Eli made these throws? Then maybe they win some of those close games. So it goes hand in hand, and it's like the chicken or the egg type of thing. I mean, whose fault is it really? I mean, it goes on both of them. You can't fully blame the defense and then overlook these plays where Eli Manning is just flat out missing his guys. It's not fair, and it has to go both ways. So we'll show it one more time. Odell on the bottom of the screen. Nice move there, up the middle. Maybe a little push on Church. Okay, maybe, but it wasn't called, so doesn't matter either way. Alright, so another situation, believe it or not, where Odell could have had a touchdown. And this one is pretty frustrating because it just seemed pretty obvious for the way the defense was set up in this play. So down here, you can't see because of the stupid bar here, but there's 3 receivers all in a bunch, and no high safety, obviously. So basically what's going to happen here is Odell is going to cut to the inside portion of the field here, kind of run a post route, I guess you can call it, and goes to this side of the field in this area. So Eli Manning is pressured quickly on this play, and all he had to do was just throw the ball to the left of Odell, and he probably would have came down with this ball. But for some reason, Eli Manning throws the ball over Odell's head when he should have just thrown it to the left. So I'll try to stop it at the right time here. So, alright. So here he is, hikes the ball. So at this point, pressure's coming, right? Right at this point, he needs to throw the ball. Odell's about to break into the left here, right? All Eli had to do was throw this football somewhere in this area to the left side of Ramsey and to the left side of Odell. And there's a good chance he would have came down with this ball because you see there, Odell was undercutting Ramsey, and he had leverage on him, right? That's the Dave Gettleman word, leverage. Speaking of Odell and leverage, Dave Gettleman, it's pretty funny. So anyway, all Eli had to do was throw this ball in this area, and Odell probably leaps up, makes the grab, and the Giants once again have 6 points. But unfortunately, he just threw it over his head. So the ball placement there was not good, but he had to, you have to realize that he was blitzed pretty heavy on this play, and I'm sure Eli saw it coming, and he's trying to make adjustments here. Let's see if I can try and speak football language here, what he's doing. So he gets Barkley in the block, I'm assuming. Blocked the wrong guy. And all he had to do was throw to Odell to the left side once again. Right? So that was a shitty snap as well, whoever that was, Jalapeno. So Eli did a nice job of catching this ball, first of all. I got to give him credit for that. And right at this point, you see he's looking at Odell. He wants to make this throw. This guy right here has a free rush at him. So maybe if Eli just slid to the left a little bit, maybe like over here, bought himself an extra half a second, and just threw it to this side of Odell, the Giants end up having 6 points. But as you can see, the ball goes over his head instead of being over here, and that's where the ball should have been. So I can't get on Eli too much for that play, but it's just another instance where they could have had a touchdown, but things just didn't go the right way. So I can't get on him too much for that play, though. Week 2 here, the Cowboy game. And I don't know where he is in this play. Oh, Evan Engram right here. He's going to run a route where he goes right down here and to the corner, towards like the 40, maybe a little beyond it. Basically what's going to happen is Engram's going to have a full step on who's ever guarding him. I'll play it real quick just so you guys can watch. So watch Engram up here. And he gets a step on his guy, and Eli had a decent amount of time and decides to check it down to Barkley for his 60th reception of that game. So let's watch Eli here, right? So right here, I would say, he's looking down the field somewhere, I hope, maybe up here. Doesn't really look here, and these Cowboy defenders are getting caught up. So this defender right here is guarding this player. This right here is Engram's man. He's pretty far behind him. This is like a legit 3 yards behind Engram, who is one of the fastest tight ends in football. And if he's a weapon, you got to use him, right? The safety's over here, not much of an impact. There's another player here. If Eli threw this ball somewhere in this area, good chance that Evan Engram has a long reception and maybe a touchdown. But decides to check it down to Barkley it was. Let's take a look at the offensive line here, how they held up. So, all right, little play action looking thing. Whoever this is doing a nice job. It might be, because this is Eric Flowers, excuse me, it might be Ellison or Simonson, one of them. And they're doing a nice job blocking here, so he does have a clean pocket. I don't know if this is Engram or not, whatever player this is. He's looking in this direction, which is why I'm surprised he didn't even make this throw, but for some reason Eli was over-conservative at times. So then again, he's looking in this direction. Now maybe he's thinking to go here, but right here on the bottom is Engram going out this way. So what Eli ultimately does is says, F it, I'm not waiting anymore, even though he had the time. I mean, Eli could have stayed in this pocket for another 2 seconds and he probably would have been fine. But anyway, decides to throw to Barkley, spin, first guy misses as always when it comes to Saquon Barkley. But just so we could see it from the top again. So, at this point right here, right, Eli's looking at Engram. Engram's going to be over here. You have to think this ball is probably not going to be intercepted if it's thrown well enough. I mean, all Eli had to do here was just throw the ball 40-ish yards in this area, and Engram could have a big 50-yard catch potentially, but unfortunately it wasn't thrown and it was checked down. And as you can see, these two linebackers here, one of them is probably a cornerback, they're both eyeing Saquon because they're saying to themselves, hey, Eli is being very conservative this game. They're probably going to check it down to Barkley again, and you would think that would be the time to go over the top. But no, he just checks it right down to Barkley again. So that's another instance where they could have had a big play, but it wasn't, the shot wasn't taken, unfortunately. Alright, so this situation here, it's second quarter, 2-minute drill, 1:14 left. How many timeouts? 3 timeouts left for us. So, really the last thing you want to do in this situation is take a sack, and I'm just going to spoil it for you. There's going to be a lot of pressure here from the Cowboys, and someone gets beat or someone wasn't covered. And there was a chance that Eli could have made a throw here, but I'm not really going to point fingers at him. I'm just going to watch this one real quick. Anyway, watch this slot receiver here. Once again, Pat Shermer running his bunch receivers. This inside guy here is not really covered, but unfortunately Eli just had maybe 1 second of time to get this ball off, but it didn't happen, and it resulted in a sack. So let's watch it here. So Jalen Smith backs up. So yeah, Eli Manning just too much pressure up the middle and gets sacked. So let's try and watch from this angle here. I'm trying to think which guy is blitzing. Oh, it was Lawrence. Okay, so they did a little stunt here, and Flowers and Omame, the shit show at right tackle and right guard, had no clue what they were doing. Barkley's getting the guy in the secondary, and then DeMarcus Lawrence, who loves playing Eli Manning, gets pressured up the middle. But what I'm saying is what could have happened here. Watch, I guess this is Ingram. It looks like 88. So watch Ingram. All right, so Eli has the ball here. He's looking in this direction, right? So Eli's saying to himself, oh shit, I'm going to get sacked. Why didn't he just throw this ball here, right? I mean, he's not even covered. I mean, what are you doing here? I mean, come on. At least just do a quick little release, all right? And all you got to do is just float it over the middle here to Ingram, and you're going to get 10 to 15 yards potentially. But for some reason, Eli just folds and, goes and tries to escape, but it wasn't happening, obviously, and gets thrown into the ground. But we'll watch it from this angle again. So let's watch Ingram. So right in this situation here, here's Ingram. Smith's back here, he's like 6-7 yards off of him. Eli's back here ready to pass. Lawrence is here, so he still has enough time here, right? This is at 5 yards until Lawrence gets to Eli. And if Eli just made this simple throw right here to Ingram, then you're probably going to pick up a first down or whatever, right? Here's the marker right here. There's a good chance Ingram catches the ball and turns upfield and gets tackled somewhere in this area. But what I'm saying is it was pretty unnecessary to take a sack there. Obviously, the right guard and right tackle did a terrible job, right? But it shouldn't have been a lost play for a sack. It should have been a game because he did have Ingram. And you could see right here, Eli is looking at him, right? This guy ain't making a play on the ball. He ain't making a play on the ball. Why not just lob it over the middle here, right? That's where I'm frustrated in that instance, and takes the sack. So not what you want there. All right, so this situation here, third quarter, we're getting shut out in Dallas, 13-0, 5 minutes left, third quarter. All right, so this is that play where it's I didn't even say what down it was. That was important. 3rd and 11 here. Okay, on the Dallas 11. This is that play where Eli Manning got lit up by Jalen Smith when he was trying to run for some reason, and there were two options on this play, and the first one is going to be Evan Ingram once again. It's like a trend here. You have Odell for 5 plays, and you have Ingram for 5 plays. You know why? Because these are very talented skill position players that aren't used to their full ability. But that's just my opinion. So anyway, look at Ingram here. He's going to run a corner route. He's going to start somewhere here and then end up over here in the corner. Believe he has one guy on him, which is most likely this guy. All right, so let's run that first. It's probably going to take a while to hike the ball. I'm sorry. I did not time this well. So Ingram, okay. Runs to the corner. Okay, so he had 2-ish guys on him, right? But my point is, he had a lot of time. Eli's looking in his direction once again. He's either looking here or he's looking here. And if he lobs this ball to the corner of the end zone here, right, and a well-placed ball, then maybe Ingram comes down with it. It's better than taking the sack, which eventually would happen. And Ingram wasn't even the only open guy on this play. I'll show you guys in a little bit once we progress here. So this guy probably ain't, maybe he makes a play if it's underthrown, but if it's a well-thrown ball is what I'm saying, and, Eli does make all the throws apparently if he has time. If this ball is thrown somewhere over here and high, there's a chance Ingram comes down with it, right? This guy trying to come down on Ingram, right? He'll be somewhere over here. So all Eli had to do was just lob this ball right over here into the corner and hope Ingram came down with it. But let's continue the roll of this play, right? So I want you guys to watch right here now. This is Saquon Barkley, I believe, who was one-on-one with this linebacker or Jeff Hughes, some white guy. So Eli is right. Where is Eli at? Okay, so Eli's right here. He's escaping the pocket, right? He's doing something right here, And I don't know if he thought he was, if he was too far to throw this ball, or it was going to be, the hell's the penalty call? You guys know what I'm talking about, where you throw over the line of scrimmage. But anyway, Saquon Barkley's right here, and he is wide open, right? He's got one guy trailing him. This guy, Jalen Smith, I believe, is about to tackle Eli and obliterate him. And then we got one guy here on Dallas. There's no one in this area, so all Eli had to do was just laser this ball right here to Barkley for 6. But I guess he thought he was in front of the line of scrimmage, which is actually right here. I hate this bar so much. Oh my goodness. All right. It's right here. So it looks like it's like the 11-yard line, as it said before. So it's the 11-yard line, which is right here. So Eli could throw this ball up until this point. Eli is right here. All right. Eli is still 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage here. You got to know where you're at in the field. So all Eli had to do was throw this ball right here to Barkley. Throw wasn't made. And he got lit up. And that's what happens. Let's see from this other angle here. I don't know if the line did a good job on this play or not. I really have no idea. I'm assuming they did. It wasn't terrible. So right here, okay. So the Cowboys are sending 4. They pick up the stunt, all right? Lawrence went for the inside once again. I think this is John Greco, 73. I'm not positive. All right, well, Greco just got thrown off right here. I don't know what that spin move sent him into another dimension. Anyway, Eli had a chance at first to make that throw into the corner to Ingram. Bit of a risky throw, I get it. Okay, maybe you don't want to make that throw. It would take a perfect throw to get the touchdown there. So somehow Eli evades Lawrence, and Eli is here. You're thinking looking somewhere over in this direction. He is still able to throw the ball up until the 11, which I believe is here, right? So he could throw the ball for this distance and just continues to run, and yeah, that's just not going to work. I'm sorry, it's not. Jalen Smith lit him up. Eli gets up as always. I got to give him credit. He's always getting up after big hits, but that's another instance where, there was a throw to be made, and even when he prolonged the play, there was another throw to be made, a pretty obvious throw, and unfortunately, he probably didn't know where he was on the field, and it resulted in getting smacked for a 1-yard gain instead of possibly being a touchdown. So that's another instance where the Giants could have had 7 points instead of the 3 they ended up getting. Alright, so you might not want to watch this play right here. This one's tough to take in. So this receiver on top here, I think Russell Shepard wears long sleeves, so I'm going to go with him. I don't care who it is. If you have hands, you would have been able to catch this ball for how open he was at the end. So let's watch on top of the screen. Alright, so Eli gets it. Good pocket, right? No one's in here. No one's pressuring him. Of course, Eli, for some reason, is looking at Saquon Barkley once again in this Cowboy game. But watch right up here. And this is where it gets embarrassing. This is late in the game, I believe. The Cowboys are saying to themselves, Eli is not taking a shot this whole game. He's playing conservative football. I'm not even going to bother covering Russell Shepard when he goes deep. And Russell Shepard, I keep saying Russell Shepard, I hope it's him or I'll sound pretty stupid. But anyway, he's going to be right down the sideline here, wide open, right? This safety's here, but if he just made a pretty decent throw, it didn't have to be a perfect throw at all. A decent throw to this area, possibly a touchdown, right? So let's watch what Eli does. So pump fake, I guess he pump faked to draw this guy in, which he did, right? He did. If he did a little pump fake, if I watched that correctly, right there. Okay, a little pump fake, and this guy went for it, right? This guy went for the pump fakes. Now he's going here to Barkley or Gallman, whoever it is. So he comes in. Who the hell's guarding Russell Shepard up here? This safety's looking in here. He's not even focused on Russell Shepard, it looks like. So let's get this play going even more. So now Eli rolls out. And he has a chance to make a throw. A throw that could have been right here. For some reason, he makes the throw here. I will never understand this because Russell Shepard was wide open on this play. Right? And maybe Shepard gets lit up by this player. Maybe he does. But, it's better than throwing short of the sticks once again. I'd rather have him take a shot deep. Not even that deep. But take this shot and get hit out of bounds and get a first down and get out at the 15 and a chance to score a touchdown instead of throwing the ball short. And I think this ball was dropped or it was too low or something, so the Cowboys defense is all over it. So that was Barkley once again. So let's watch the O-line here. Right, they all do it. So the Cowboys are sending 4, it looks like, once again. So good pocket. Can't complain. Nate Solder's doing a good job keeping his guy in front of him. So right here, Eli Manning, looking at Barkley. Right here, Eli should be loading his feet to throw this ball deep up here. Don't know why. He's got flat feet right now, it looks like. So he makes the throw. and yeah, it was caught. But look at the distance this player, Russell Shepard, had up here, right? This safety's all the way over here. He had a solid space to fit this ball in and potentially get a touchdown out of it. I don't know why you're throwing short of the sticks once again. And as I said, this was late in the game, I believe, so the Giants really had nothing to lose. They had to get back in this game, and throwing the ball short of the sticks and getting on the ground and wasting time is not what you want in this situation, but that's bad. I mean, he hasn't released the ball yet at this point. He's wide open up here. Safety's all the way over here, so that's inexcusable. You have to make that throw, and just conservativeness killed him on that play. So this play is different from the others because on this play the Giants had a successful gain. This is the play where Saquon Barkley on the bottom here. Let me get this stupid thing out of the way. Saquon Barkley made this catch somewhere over here, and for some reason Eli threw this ball back inside. But as you can see from this route here, and I'll show it to you guys, Saquon Barkley, after making his move at the line of scrimmage, I mean, he had his defender reaching for him here, and Saquon Barkley had at least a step on this guy who he's probably a lot faster than I think it's Zach Cunningham, if I remember correctly. And all Eli had to do was lob this ball to the end zone, not even the end zone, maybe the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line, or the end zone, somewhere over there, and it would have been a walk-in touchdown. But I don't know why he threw back inside. That doesn't make much sense to me. So Barkley did pick up the first down and whatnot, but this is what I was saying before about Eli leaving touchdowns on the field, right? I mean, let's look at the pocket here. So they send 4. Okay. Chad Wheeler did all right. The guards did a nice job there. Nate Solder did a really nice job on Clowney. So, yeah, I don't know why Eli came back inside, because if he just threw to the end zone, this would have been a touch. I do think they scored a touchdown on this drive, so I shouldn't really bitch too much about it. But it just comes down to ball placement once again, and it should have, rather than been an inside throw, it should have just been, to the end. Because right here, as Eli is loading up, I mean, this guy has no idea what the hell's going on, it looks like. And Saquon Barkley, 4'3" athlete or 4'4" athlete, whatever the hell he is, he's going to beat this guy, and he's going to have the ball in stride right here for a touchdown. But unfortunately, he threw it too far inside. Barkley made a terrific play, but that's just comes down to ball placement, and they could have had a touchdown on that play. So it's kind of stupid to critique that, but it was another instance where he had a clean pocket and didn't make the perfect throw. He made a good throw. He was still in bounds, and Barkley still made a nice catch, but it wasn't the perfect throw. So I think that needs to be something that's pointed out, because if that could have been an instance where they got a field goal instead of a touchdown, and luckily for the Giants, they did score a touchdown in this drive. But just for future reference, if they're in this situation again and they miss a touchdown because Eli underthrew his guy or threw it too far inside and didn't lead his guy in stride, then that could be the difference of losing a game. So that's a throw that needs to be made in stride right there. All right, so now we're in the Saints game, week 4, I believe, and this is an instance where he had time to throw, and we're going to watch Odell Beckham on the bottom here, run a comeback route, maybe 10, 15 yards out on the left, and Eli had the time to make the throw, but it was just an awful throw, and once again, does not fit the narrative that if you give Eli time, he makes all the throws. Not true in this instance, because watch Odell Beckham on this play. I'll just let it run. And it was either out of bounds or over his head. I gotta watch the other angle to see where this thing missed. Let's see how the offensive line held up on this play exactly. Alright, so play action to the right. Right, it worked, I would say. These linebackers went over here. This one guy on the edge he's a free man right now, but this looks like Omame came over and got Eli's back. So right here, this is clean, all right? This is a clean throw. There's no defender in his face or anything. His man Omame is blocking the defender, so nothing to worry about there. And Eli just flat out missed Odell Beckham. And this throw ended up going way over his head. So that's an instance where you have to capitalize on that play, and it's another instance where Odell Beckham was overthrown, underthrown, whatever it was, and it's a throw that has to be made, and we know as Giant fans who watched Eli Manning for many years that he tends to overthrow people sometimes or throws too high. That's kind of how Odell got hurt a couple years ago, because it was a slant pass and it was thrown too high. It's stuff like that. And I'm not, don't comment that I'm blaming Odell's injury on Eli. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. It's just an example that came to mind. But yeah, I mean, that's a throw you have to make. I mean, you watch Odell, he runs a good route, and I guess this is Lattimore on him here. He has him in the dust. I mean, Lattimore's going out here. Odell's already cutting back. And right here, I mean, he has 6 yards of separation, enough time to make that throw. And I guess Eli just flat out missed it. There's really no excuse for that play at all. So it's a clean pocket where he didn't make the throw, and another instance where I'm sure the Giants had the punt because of that. So that's not what you want to see when there's a clean pocket from your quarterback. So a little deja vu on this play. I mean, this is not a replay. It's on the other side of the field this time, but it's a similar instance where Odell beats his guy, and Odell here is the top receiver right over here. And he's going to run another comeback route. And I think Eli rolls out to the right. No, he does not actually. He just stays in the pocket. Okay, so right here is Eli, and he's eyeing down Odell Beckham. Okay, the pocket's fine. No one's within 5 yards of Eli right now. The pocket is doing pretty well. Offensive line's doing fine. So you watch the throw now, and over Odell's head. And Odell could jump. All right, don't put that on him. I mean, this we'll see from this angle as well. All right, so we have the fake here, and the offensive line is doing a terrific job. Will Hernandez, Omama is even doing a good job. Chad Wheeler, and who's 77? Is that Pulley? I guess it is Pulley. It looks like it says Pulley. I didn't think he was signed yet by this time, but I'm probably wrong. Anyway, Nate Solder was doing a good job on the outside as well, staying in front of his guy. So right here, I mean, if this ain't a clean pocket, I don't know what the hell is. I mean, this is fine. Eli had to make a low throw to the outside to complete this to Odell Beckham, and it didn't have to be a perfect throw, but it had to be a throw that was, you wish it was on his numbers or at his knees so he can go down and get it. I mean, no one is catching this ball. Maybe Yao Ming is catching this ball, but no 5'11" wide receiver is catching this ball. Sorry. Just not happening. So it's another instance where the guy had a clean pocket, right? Stepping into it. And he had good mechanics here and all that, but just the throw was too high. Plain and simple. And he just missed them. So once again, does not feed into the narrative that he makes all the throws. Alright, so Saints game once again, quarter number 3. The Giants are down 19-7 to the Saints. This is a 1st and 10. Alright, so what I want you guys to watch here is Sterling Shepard, who is, I believe, in the slot on the right side. He's right here, actually. So Eli Manning's going to have a clean pocket right here, and for some reason decides to rush this throw and throw to Odell for like 4 yards somewhere in this area. But what I'm going to say is Eli had a much more time to wait and make this throw to Sterling Shepard, who was going to run an out route to this area right over here, which would have been a 1st down right over here somewhere, 25-yard line. And if Eli just waited an extra half a second, maybe not even, he could have had him on his break. And you watch Shepard there wide open on top of the screen. So just watch Sterling Shepard here. So breaks out right there. And Eli's already gotten rid of the ball for some reason. Here's Odell about to catch it. And he had a clean pocket right here. This is fine. Every Saints player that's rushing is accounted for. And he easily could have made this throw in this area. Sterling Shepard for a 1st down. So, I mean, yeah, they did pick up 4 yards, but that's what I'm saying. They could have had a 1st down. They could have had a better play. So this defender on the Saints here is with this guy, and right here, I mean, this is the only guy that can account for Sterling Shepard. So as long as Eli didn't overthrow him, it was going to be a completion, and all he had to do was throw it in this area. So another instance of frustrating play where could have had a 1st down, but they decided to be conservative once again. And we'll watch the offensive line, who I believe did a good job on this play. Alright, so they send 4. I mean, this is a clean pocket. This is perfect. I mean, you have 5 guys on the line, and everyone's taken care of. So no excuses for why that throw was rushed, and that pass is complete. They pick up 4 yards, but yeah, just another instance where they could have had a better play, but instead choose the conservative route and just, look for the first guy that's open rather than take your time. Alright, so Saints game once again, and I cannot see what the Saints have. Maybe 25, it says 26, 25. So it's either 26 or 25 to 10. Giants have it 1st and 10. Really hope Eli was trying to throw this ball into the ground, but I'm not too convinced based off the way he looked from the other angle. So anyway, let's watch. Who is it? Alright, whoever this tight end is here, I guess it's Ellison or Simonson. They're going to, break outside right before the 30 or so. They're going to be pretty wide open here. But for some reason, Eli, with a pretty clean pocket, threw the ball into the ground or was trying to target Saquon. I really don't know which one it was. And just threw the ball on the ground before he could even turn. But let's look at the other angle here just to make sure I'm not missing anything. So this was Ellison. So Ellison's going to go out here, break to the left, well, his right, break to our left, and be open for probably what would be a first down. So let's watch what the line does here. Alright, so the Saints are sending 4, and so far everyone's accounted for. Chad Wheeler on Cam Jordan, that's yikes. I don't know about that. But he did alright, yeah, staying in front of him. So Eli did have time. Now number 98 here, I don't know if this is Rankins, whoever this is, gets by his guy. And Eli, I don't know what he's looking at right here. He's definitely not looking over here, which would be the area that I want him to look, because that's where Red Ellison was open. I guess he's just looking at Barkley, waiting for him to turn around. But meanwhile, while this is going on, I'll try to show you guys from this angle right here. Where does this guy break free? Right about here. Okay. So this is probably the same time. So Eli's here, probably still staring down Barkley. Meanwhile, his tight end Ellison is open right here. And I'm not saying Ellison would have picked up a first down on this play, but he probably would have caught it, tried to turn upfield around here, and probably would have got tackled maybe a couple yards shy of the first down. But it's better than an incompletion that was eventually thrown into the ground. But I'm going to show you guys from this angle because it's interesting. And I just really hope he was trying to throw this ball into the ground on purpose. I don't know what that was. I really don't. I'll try to watch this again. So, okay, he's about to get hit here. And, of course, just panics. His footwork is terrible. I mean, I don't. He's, literally trying to throw across his body right now. And I just want to say, I'm not trying to say I'm some quarterback guru. I've never played quarterback in a real game my whole life. But I've watched enough football to know what's a good throw and what's not. And this is awful. He's literally just using his whole upper body and not even, using any of his legs. And throws it behind Saquon right into the ground. So there you go, another missed opportunity where it should have been an 8 or 9 yard gain to an open tight end, but instead throws it right into the ground. So this play I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with. This was one of the first plays from the Giants offense in the Thursday night game against the Eagles at home. So where are we at? 2nd and 2 to go. Okay. But this is another example of where Eli had time to wait for something else to develop because there were other options, but unfortunately just rushed a throw and made a pretty inaccurate throw, I believe, if I remember correctly, to Simonson over the middle. So let's watch here and just see what happens real quick. So right in the middle, linebacker kind of undercuts it, gets tipped in the air and intercepted. Let's watch from this angle just to see if the pocket is indeed clear or not. So they're only sending 4, right? So Eli has a lot of time here, but he was just looking for a route right here over the middle. And this linebacker, I think, or either one of these two, just undercut this ball and gets 58. I take this thing out of the way. So he undercuts it, and it just bounces off Simonson's left shoulder or something and just right into number 54's hand for the interception. So, yeah, you could tell Eli had time here, right? All he had to do was just pull this throw back and say, that's not there, that's not there, so let me look elsewhere. And if he did look elsewhere, there were some options, right? So right here is where Eli is about to throw this ball. Now, this defender here, which I guess is Michael Jenkins or Malcolm Jenkins, I forget his name already, is going to stay with this guy here, right? And Sterling Shepard up here is about to run a curl and come back right over here in the soft spot of the zone, I guess. He's going to be wide open. And if Eli just waited that extra second, which he did have, he had time for it. Watch Sterling Shepard on top. Makes that curl, and then boom, he would have just hit him right here. And that probably would have been a first down. Even here, Odell was going to be open over the middle of the field at some point. And Eli just rushed his throw. Right, and I mean, you can't have it. And that's not a smart throw in that situation. First drive of the game, you're still in your own territory and you're rushing that throw. So, right, I mean, even if Eli was holding the ball now, still it wouldn't have been sacked. And right now is when Sterling Shepard gets his head around and is looking at Eli. And by the time he looks, the ball is already halfway to Simonson and about to get intercepted. And if Eli just bought another half a second, Odell would have been over here over the middle of the field, and that could have been a completion. And even if all that failed, you had, if all that failed, he had Saquon Barkley right here. And I'm not a big fan of the checkdowns, but in that situation, I guess this is Jalen Mills had his head turned and was either focused on here. He was probably looking at the quarterback, honestly, but it would have been Saquon one-on-one against Mills down the sideline here, and that's a matchup I'll take any day. So maybe Saquon picks up a first down on that dump off. I really don't know, but I think the read should have been Shepard on top of the screen, because right here when he gets his head around, the ball's halfway in the air, but Eli still had the clean pocket, obviously, and could have hit Sterling Shepard right here for a first down. So another instance where the throw was rushed, and I don't know how much of that is the flow of the offense and how much of that can be on Pat Shurmur, but as a quarterback, you need to know that if your guy is covered over the middle and there's a bunch of linebackers in the area, a bunch of green jerseys, probably should pull it back and look for something else. And if worse came to worse, he had this dump off opportunity right here. So was not a fan of this play at all. All right, so this is another instance where the Giants could have had a touchdown with a good throw. I forgot what happens on this play exactly. I mean, I know who's open. Simonson was open for a touchdown potentially here. I forget what happens. He threw it left, and I think it was ruled incomplete. Was it? No, they say, I know. Yeah, that ref's pointing to the ground. Yeah, incomplete. Okay. So this ended up being an incomplete pass, but I want you guys to watch Simonson right here, who's at the left of the line next to Nate Solder. He's going to go up here, and he's going to be over here somewhere, and he's going to be pretty open. I think the Eagles are playing a zone or something, and Simonson was left pretty open. All right, so right here, right, he's going to pass. This guy's going to pass Simonson off up here, but he wasn't really accounted for after that. All right, so this guy is supposed to go, I guess, somewhere over here, but he's looking down in this area, and Eli, I guess, was staring him down. And Eli should know that Simonson's going to break to this area. And this area would end up being open. Right? So right about here, if Eli just lobbed this ball into the back of the end zone right here, right, this guy's going to have to backpedal, so he's probably not going to get it. The best chance of making this play would be right here, but even he's not in position where he's running over to Simonson yet. This guy is already beat. So Eli still has the ball here, clean pocket and all. And you can see Simonson had a step on his guy. Instead, they throw the incomplete pass. So, where's Eli? Okay. So, I mean, really, here's Eli. If he just made an accurate pass to this area and once again threw it a little high just to make sure it got over this guy, then that could be another touchdown right there. Instead, it goes incomplete. And I'm pretty sure the Giants had to settle for 3 on this particular play. So, let's make sure the line held up from this angle just to make everything fair. Right, so Will Hernandez, nice job. So yeah, everyone's taken care of right here. The right side of the line is doing fantastic. These guys basically have no push. These guys have some push, but they're stayed in front of. And Eli, I guess, was hopefully looking. He might be looking right here, honestly, but hopefully he was looking down at the bottom of the screen at Simonson, and ultimately just came back and threw the incompletion. So an opportunity to have another touchdown, and yeah, it would have taken a good throw, but if Eli can't make the open throws, then, or not open, but if Eli can't make throws with a clean pocket, then what the hell is he here for anymore? You know what I mean? So he should be able to make this throw to Simonson, or at least give it an opportunity. As you can see, he's pretty open up top, so that's a play he probably wishes he had back, and definitely had enough time to make that throw. So I wish that throw was taken. All right, so still against the Eagles, and I think the score right here is 14-3. Eagles winning, 3rd and 5, so they need a first down here. Excuse me, so 5 yards to go for a first down. So there's going to be 2 receivers, I guess the 2 guys on the bottom. They might cross or something. Let's just watch the play. So there's going to be 2 guys open on this play. I just forget which ones they are. Right, okay, so the guy on top, the very top, or not top, but the guy all the way to the right was wide open on this play, right? So Eli already got rid of the ball, and this guy had a full step on his receiver. That might be Latimer. And then he went for Sterling Shepard right here, which is fine, but still missed a damn throw. And Shepard is, I guess, claiming he was held, but nothing was called. So, my point is, why didn't Eli just hold on to this ball for another tiny bit? And he would have, he slid around here. But at this point, he has to realize, okay, I'm protected, I'm good, right? I mean, right here, this guy is about to get to him. So he probably has another second before he is sacked. But if Eli just waited an extra second and saw on the bottom of the screen right here, I guess Cody Latimer, it looks like 12, is going to break free wide open, and all Eli had to do was lob this pass somewhere in this area, and it could have been a touchdown or a big gain. And Eli just, for some reason, once again, looks like did not step into the throw. And let's see. Yeah, okay, no, he did. Well, right here at the end, he was kind of throwing across his body, but for the most part, wasn't too bad of a throwing motion. But let's see how the line held up exactly on this play. All right, so the right side of the line here is kind of giving up or letting through. And it looks like Chris Long gets through, and so Eli loads up right here. But this is still clean. He's not being touched or anything. No one's hitting his arm as he throws. And let me see if Shepard is held. I guess you can see it from this angle. So I guess right about here is where Eli says I want to throw here. And I guess Shepard is held, right? Looks like he's about to be. Did he let him go? No, I see he was holding his right arm right there. Okay, so that could be a reason that Eli overthrew this ball. But as I said, I wish he went to the top of the. Oh, he overthrew him by a decent amount. But as I said, I wish he went to the top of the screen here for Latimer, who was wide open. It's just once again trying to be conservative and not go for the big play, even though it was there. All I had to do was wait just an extra half a second. And Eli's probably not even aware that this guy is free at this point, so he's probably not even paying attention to that. But he let the ball go, and it went too far, and right here had Latimer for a full step. So another opportunity for a touchdown or a big play, and it just wasn't even didn't even take a shot. So that's another play where, as a fan, you're frustrated when you watch that one back. All right, so for this play, I might be a little too hard on Eli for this play, but so once again, it's 14-3 Eagles, 1st and 10, second quarter. And what's going to happen is Eli's going to eventually roll out. Okay, play action. So the line sucks on this play. There's already 3 Eagles in the backfield pretty much, and there's 2 offensive linemen or 3 that are basically just trying to guard one guy. So Eli's going to roll out to the right here. He's doing the right thing. And right at this point is when, I guess this is Odell, on top of the screen, starts to get past his guy, and he had a clear step on this guy in a second later. And Eli, I guess, continued to stare down Simonson for the next 2 seconds, and instead of looking up here and making this throw on the run, which would have been a big play, I think he makes a stupid throw here on this play. So I guess right here is when Eli starts to look left for some reason, even though there's no one he can throw to in this area, because these are 2 offensive linemen. And then right here is Simonson. And there's no point in throwing this ball, really. I mean, maybe they pick up 3 yards or so, but he wasn't going anywhere. But what I wanted was for Eli to make a throw on the run and lob this ball to Odell, which probably would have been a touchdown. And at this point, he should be loading up to throw the ball, right here. But I guess he just panics or something and decides to cut to his left and then throw like across to Saquon here, which I guess could have been a big play. But if Eli threw this ball behind Saquon and it was a fumble, it could have been terrible. But the throw was over Saquon's head, goes for an incompletion. But at this point, right about here, where Odell starts to get behind his guy, you wish that Eli was looking up at this area on the field. And this safety wasn't really showing much attention over here. He was kind of just looking into the backfield to see what's going on exactly. So I think a good throw would have been a touchdown for Odell, a throw in stride at least. So yeah, right here, Eli, he has a guy on his back, and he did have time to load up and make a throw. And if you fumble and get hit while you're trying to load up and make a big throw, then so be it. You know, that's your offensive line's fault. But at least attempt to make the big play rather than throw across your body to Saquon and throw over his head. So at this point, you know, Odell does have the step. This safety looks like he's about to come in, so he's really not showing anything going back here. But yeah, he just throws across his body and over Saquon's head. So let's watch from this angle now. So the play action, okay. 3 guys are getting up the middle. He sees it. So now he's scrambling for his life. And at this point, I would hope, so he already knows that this guy's on his ass, but I would hope that at some point in this play, he was looking over to the right to see his open receiver. And even here, right, he should be looking, I guess he's looking over here, but just didn't pull the trigger on this throw. And then looks back to the left for Simonson, I guess, and that wasn't there. But I wish at this point right here, because this defender is stumbling, so I don't even know if he would have got there or not. I wish at this point Eli loaded up and made a throw. And even when I made this video the first time, I kind of made a comparison to the Odell one-handed catch, where Eli rolled out to the right and loaded up and made a throw. That would have been similar to this situation, but he doesn't load up. He decides to keep going and go to his left and throw this ball over Saquon's head. But there was an opportunity to make this throw. If he just loaded up here and launched this ball deep to the right, it could have been a touchdown for Odell. So another frustrating play. And this defender, I think, ends up falling anyway, so he absolutely had time. Eli obviously had no idea he fell, but just in hindsight, there was an opportunity to make that throw. So another unfortunate sequence where could have had a touchdown, you know, right in this situation, right here, and it just was not taken advantage of. So another disappointing play for the Giants in that Thursday Night Eagle game. So I'll be honest, on this play, the receiver wasn't necessarily open. But let's take a look at the score. It's 34-13 Philadelphia. 1st and 10, and you're on the 11 of Philadelphia, I believe. So, really nothing to lose at this point. You need to get in the end zone, obviously. And on this play, Odell Beckham on the bottom of the screen is going to have one-on-one with this player here. And I literally think this happened before in the Cowboy game with Ingram, and Eli decides to throw to the running back right here in double coverage again. I literally think this happened before, so this might be like a replication of the play from earlier. But so anyway, let's just watch the play. Watch Odell. I believe Eli's given time on this play as well. Yeah, the line held up very nicely here and just threw it right into quadruple coverage basically. So let's see, when's Eli about to throw this ball? So right here, I guess Eli is just eyeing down Saquon Barkley like he loves to do. And this linebacker's right on him. This linebacker is going towards him, so he's going to have 2 guys on him by the time you make this throw. So it had to be perfect in order for him to even have a chance to catch this ball. But I want you guys to watch Odell on the bottom here, right? So it's a simple question. Would you rather throw to Saquon Barkley in double coverage or Odell in single coverage? I mean, that seems pretty easy to me. So Odell breaks to the corner, and it would have taken a perfect throw, and you would have to rely on Odell's athleticism to come down with this ball. But we've seen him do it before, and I'm sure Eli's seen him do it as well. So I just wish the shot was taken here, especially to the end zone, rather than to the middle of the field with two linebackers drawing in on Saquon Barkley. Right, so Odell, towards the end of it, literally had a step on the guy as well. I guess he kind of let up because he saw the ball was released, but still, it's a one-on-one play, and if Eli just threw to this area, right down here, Odell could have potentially tried to box this defender out and just come down with the ball, and that's something that I would have rather have happen rather than the double coverage throw to Saquon Barkley, which I guess was incomplete, yeah. So, let's watch the offensive line because he was given a good amount of time here. Alright, so the Eagles are sending 4. Solder's taking care of Bennett. Eli stepped up a little bit. Nice job there. So he's given all the time in the world to make this throw and just made this read. So this linebacker's coming in on him. There's a linebacker right on Saquon. And you have Odell in one-on-one. So no one on this play was particularly open, but my point is, why take the risk of throwing to the middle of the field where potentially that ball could have been knocked up into an Eagle defender's hands, because there were two guys right here waiting for it. So if that ball was hitting the air a little higher, interception for Philadelphia. And it was just a dumb throw, in my opinion. Just flat-out dumb throw. And you had the one-on-one on the bottom of the screen right here. We'll watch it one more time. So just watch Odell Beckham on this play. And Eli was looking in this direction. Like, you have to see this stuff. Like, right here, he should say, okay, that's one-on-one. And doesn't even give him an opportunity. So, very frustrating stuff. So anyway, that's 19 plays of Eli Manning, and it's that was only through like week 5 and then a couple week 10 plays as well. So I could have kept going with this video, but it would have ended up being like an hour, so I really don't want to do that. But if you guys enjoyed this, let me know, because I guess I could do the second half of the season and, you know, continue to do this, but I think we all get the message by now. I hope you people that solely blame the defense and offensive line for us losing the last couple of years, maybe this sways your opinion a little bit, because it does with me. You know, like, I know what I'm watching, and some of this has to go on the quarterback, not all of it. You know, it's not Eli's fault that the defense gave up 30 points at times and wasn't able to stop an offense on the final drive, but these things happen. So, you know, it wasn't Eli's fault that the Giants blew the Indy game or the second Cowboy game and the Panther game. You know, like, those things are not Eli's fault particularly, but there are times where he just flat out misses throws and makes the wrong reads and just makes wrong decisions. So it needs to be pointed out. So if you guys want me to do this, and even for a different player, if you want me to do this for a defender or something, a player of your choice, if you enjoy me doing these screen recording commentaries or whatever this is, whatever you want to call it, then let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely do that for you guys. So thanks for watching, and that's all I got for this video. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.